All right, in problem number 5, we have an equation that contains decimals. Now, there's a couple ways that we could handle this. I can just solve it and solve for x, okay? We all are aware of that. But we can also make this a little bit easier on ourselves so that we're not dealing with that decimal point in our equations and making the mistake of to where we forget it. Now, 10 to some value of n being any number, if I have 10 to the first power, that's just going to give us 10. If I have 10 to the second power, that's going to give us 100. Okay, now I'm going to look at the decimal places. So my decimal places of each of these terms is 2. Okay, so that means that that's to the 100. Now if it was 3, I would do 1,000. So that would be n to the third. So I'm going to multiply. I'm going to go ahead and use the property of multiplication property of equality and multiply both sides of my equation by 100. Okay, now that's going to allow me to rewrite this, and this is going to become 580 minus 32x is equal to negative, don't forget your negative, 148. Now it looks a little bit easier for us to think about in terms of that we don't have that decimal point that we might make the mistake and forget. So now I'm just going to simplify, and that should be x. I missed my x. 32x. So now I'm going to subtract 580 from both sides. And then that's going to become negative 32x is equal to negative 728. Now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 32. That becomes a 1. X is going to be equal to positive 22.75. Okay, not so bad. And again, we can check it. So let's do our check. Should be checking every one of these, but in the interest of time, I didn't want to do every single one. So we're going to check it. And we're going to look back at our equation. So that's going to be 5.8 minus 0.32 times 22.75 is equal to negative 1.48. Now remember, I'm going to distribute these two terms. Well, negative 5.8 minus minus 0.32 times 22.75 is going to give us negative 1.48, which is equal to negative 1.48, which is what we want in terms of solving this equation and checking it. All right, I will see you later.